welcome everybody to a special Mindset Monday today. We're actually on location, about to do a big sales coaching seminar, working with Andy Bounds as well. So Andy Hemming and Andy Bounds in one place. The room's going to explode with the amount of knowledge going on in that room. Okay, so we stay consistent and we make sure we get these videos out, just like you should be consistent in your business too, with the different goals and the actions that it needs to take to get there, doing new things all the time. So we're doing this on location regardless now, Andy. You know, we don't have to do this, but we tell us that Mindset Monday and the Friday review, we make it happen. Okay, so Mindset Monday, Andy, what's on your mind?
So apart from the fact we're going to have an absolutely incredible day with Andy Bounds, really looking forward to the learnings. World-class sales trainer in the room, 60 clients. It's going to be a fantastic day. But actually the thing that was on my mind really is I guess pertinent to today. You know, we talk a lot about, or I talk a lot about, are you open to challenge? Most people say yes. Are you open to change? Most people sort of don't give me quite as clear an answer quite so quickly, and I think that's really important for today as well, because you know Andy's going to share with us some fantastic information, some fantastic knowledge about all the stuff that he's taught multi thousand corporations globally. Absolutely, and you know, so if we're going to get different results, we've got to go and change some stuff.
Yeah. Now,
you know, what I found, you know, some of my coaching sessions last week, I found myself reiterating some of the stuff that I talked to my clients about. And I caught myself thinking, okay, well, look, congratulations for sitting at the table, because you know you're going to be at least starting to get different thoughts. But the most important thing is to go and take action on them. So they've got the courage to sit at the table to be challenged, but then they haven't got the courage necessarily right now to go change. Not all the time. But I just find that fascinating from a psychological perspective.
The courage to change. Okay, what sort of changes are you talking about?
Well, any kind of different behaviour really, because let's be fair, you know, our current behaviour causes our current results.
Yeah.
So any kind of different behaviour is now taking us out of our comfort zone.
Yeah.
And most of us are comfort zone creatures, aren't we? So, you know, for me, any kind of change which is new always takes courage, because there's a certain element of fear behind it about what result are we going to get when I could predict the results I'll get with my current behaviour, but I don't know what result I'm going to get with my new behaviour.
Absolutely, yeah. And this brings up in my mind that saying of, you've said before, I think you said it on Mindset Monday before, have you been in business 10 years, 20 years, or have you been in business 1 year, 10 times, 20 times?
Absolutely.
You know, things don't change until we do. Definition of insanity, really, doing the same things over and over again, expecting different results. So for your clients then that have gone through a big change, where was the shift in them? Where was that point where they went, I'm going to do something about this? I'm ready to take an action, I'm ready to go about it. Because I know there's a lot of people actually take a lot of learning from different areas, but where is the point that you've actually seen it and gone, that was the turning point for them?
Yeah, absolutely. So for me, it's fairly simple. I mean, we use something called the formula for change, which you've seen. And so we're all resistant to change, aren't we, at some level? So if you think about this from an equation point of view, we've got resistance on one side of the equation, and we're all mostly resistant to change. So we've got to make the other side of the equation heavier than the resistance, maybe partially through lowering resistance, but partially through increasing the other side of the equation. So what is the other side of the equation? Well, it's this. Dissatisfaction times vision, so that's a product. A multiplication, so a compounding effect again, plus first steps, has got to be greater than resistance.
Right.
So what does that really mean? Well, if we think about this, if we're dissatisfied, but we can't see how it could be different, vision, then anything times zero is zero. So we're not going to change.
You just stay dissatisfied.
So we could be highly dissatisfied, but no vision is to change. We stay the same.
Yeah.
If we've got high level of vision, but we're not dissatisfied right now, again, we're going to stay the same. So any change situation has to open up both dissatisfaction and vision. Where are we right now? Where could we be with some educated knowledge, you know, as to how it could be different? And that the increasing the gap between those two things are going to be the thing that causes us to take action.
So there's another part of this formula to change as well. I know you're probably edging towards it, but that's the first steps as well, isn't it?
The first steps.
Yeah. What does that mean?
Well, if you think about it, it means no inputs, doesn't it? Because essentially, unless we get new knowledge, we don't change our beliefs as to what's possible. So we can't ask ourselves different questions to start evaluating different options. And if we don't do that, if we don't ask ourselves different questions, we most definitely can't make different decisions. So we can't take different actions. So unless we're actually getting some input as to different first steps, then we're destined to stay the same.
First steps for people. What are they?
So there's a number, aren't there? I mean, the very simplest, pick up a book.
Yeah.
Go and learn some stuff. Which book? Well, that's a great question, isn't it? There are
Watch the videos.
Watch the videos, absolutely. This is new stuff.
You're already doing the first step.
And actually, here's another one, get a coach.
Yeah.
Because you see how many people have somebody by their side who actually gives a damn about the results that they're getting in their life and their business, who's actually calling them on their behaviour, helping them make that behaviour shift towards hitting the goals that they say they want to hit. Because a lot of people will set goals and not behave any differently.
Exactly.
Because they don't have any new inputs. So for me, it's about, have the accountability, have the focus and accountability to go and actually take those actions, because and have somebody lend you their belief in you to help you get the courage to go make the changes.
That's right, yeah. It all starts with that somebody actually believing you. I mean, for me personally, I never knew what sort of things was possible out there, especially when I'm in my own business. When I met Andy, you poured belief into me saying, look, this is what is possible. And at the moment you're seeing this world,
right,
when the world is like this.
Right.
But it's very difficult to see any difference when we don't know. I mean, it's the unconscious incompetence, isn't it? We haven't moved that area yet. We'll talk about that in another video, I think, because that's something that you go into a lot of depth with. For a reason, it creates changes and shifts in people.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, for me, the best example of this would be if you jump onto the website and have a look around, you'll see a video on there of Andy Evans, who's a courier that I worked with for a number of years. And when I first sat down with Andy, his belief system was very much, okay, this business can't run without me, help me get it to a certain size, and then I'm going to sell it, because actually that's all I perceive to be possible. But actually over a period of time, where we've got to now is, Andy doesn't run the business anymore. The business runs without him. The business has grown far beyond what is expected.
Incredible business.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, it's gone. The video will tell you about 300% increase. We're now at 400% increase. I don't work with them anymore because I don't need to. They've got enough knowledge to really go where they want to go, and they've built a fantastic.
This is it, isn't it? Basically, it's a snowball effect. The initial trigger, the first step, was that push to say, look, you can do this, Andy. There is a bigger world out there. You got that snowball rolling, and now it's rolling by itself.
Absolutely.
It's compounding. It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. 300%, 400%, 500%. It's only going to keep getting larger and larger.
And the important thing for me is, that relationship. I'm not here for people to become dependent on me. I'm here for people to become independent of me.
You're a coach, not a consultant.
Absolutely, that's what's happened. So we've got knowledge transfer and business growth and life growth, and essentially that's all been caused by starting that snowball rolling, as you put it.
That's right.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's interesting what you just said there as well. It's not just about the business growing. It's the person in the business, the people in the business, to start supporting that business. Absolutely. As it gets larger and larger, so it can work on itself. And work without the business owner. That's what you do. That's what the whole idea of Andy's coaching is.
Definitely.
Is that that business is there to support the business owner's life, not the business owner support the business.
Definitely. So, I mean, for me, in summation, what I'd say to you is this: if you haven't got a high level of dissatisfaction and vision now, dissatisfaction might be I'm struggling to pay the wages. Vision is I can pay the wages. Or dissatisfaction might be I've got a brilliant business, but I'm a bit bored of it. So, high level of vision would be, what are you there for? What purpose are you here to serve? But for me, if you haven't got high levels of both dissatisfaction and vision, then you're just setting yourself a goal to stay the same.
Okay guys, that was Mindset Monday. Tune in for Friday review. Make sure that you click on the website goodtogreat.actioncoach.co.uk to see all the other episodes as well, because all these tie in and they all compound together to get you results. Take action guys, make this week happen.